Do you know if Miss Maddox is currently working? Ashley Maddox?
I don't believe she is.
Why isn't she working?
She chooses not to work.
Okay.
You know about my health issues?
I've never seen any health diagnosis.
I was not prescribed medication.
Not that I'm
I
aware of.
didn't.
You may have went to the doctors. Lots of people go to the doctors.
Your mother wasn't in a car accident when she was 19 years old and somebody that was in her car.
I'll sustain the objection. When I'm making a ruling, you stop talking.
He has an issue
Ma'am,
with.
stop.
This is just an example of when presentation meets preparation and you get perfection. So there's a husband and wife and they're getting a divorce. The husband, they've been separated for the past year. The husband goes and lives with the parents. The wife stays in the house. But it's literally the oldest story in the book because the wife isn't living in the house alone. She's in the house with their two kids who are 13 and 10 and her new boyfriend who just got out of prison. He's an ex-convict. So while they've been living in the house over the past year, they've been spending money like Congress, and he's been living with his parents, and now she's trying to get the house. And you guys just have to see how he handles this situation.
Do you know if Miss Maddox is currently working? Ashley Maddox?
I don't believe she is.
Is she capable of working?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Does she choose not to work?
Yes.
Does she get disability income or anything like that?
Oh, no.
Okay. Why isn't she working?
She chooses not to work.
Who pays for the children's clothing?
I do.
Who pays for the children's food and other needs?
I do.
Are you involved with the children's doctor's appointments?
I have been in the past. We both have been.
She's nodding her head no as if he's not involved. If he's the one paying for the doctor's appointments, then you're involved in the doctor's appointments. Being involved in the doctor's appointments ain't just scheduling him and taking him there. If they're going off of his medical insurance, then he's involved in them doctor's appointments.
Mr. Maddox, do you know where Ashley Maddox is living right now?
Yeah, she lives at, as stated earlier, a home that's owned by my parents. But she is being evicted out of that home. She lost the first eviction, and she filed an appeal, so it's just going through the appeals process.
Mr. Maddox, who is DeGuan Taylor? DeGuan Taylor?
Oh, Mr. Taylor is Ashley's boyfriend.
And to the best of your knowledge, have you been around children?
Yes, I seen him driving the Explorer that's in both of our names one day.
That's
when
crazy.
she actually came to pick up the children. So she was in the passenger seat and he was driving.
That's insane.
And why is this relevant?
Well, Mr. Taylor was released from prison in 2023. Great bodily harm, firearms charges.
And he's just hanging around this guy's kids, driving his car, living in the house that he pays for, lived in the house that his parents are paying for, coming to pick his kids up in his car with his ex-wife. And this man just got out of prison for violent offenses. It's crazy.
And is it your desire to have him not around the children?
Yes.
Of course.
See, this is really interesting, right? So they was together for 7 years. He was paying for everything. He seems like a stand-up dude. And the kids involved in this, one of them is a child they had together. The other one is actually her child from a previous relationship. So he was already being a stepdad to one of her kids.
Well, then she's supposed to be grateful. So you mean to tell me this man stepped in when somebody walked out and took care of her for the past 9 years since they've been in a relationship paying for everything? And now that that's done, she can't just go get a job. She's trying to double dip and take the man's house? You're supposed to be grateful, but what's going on out here?
Together, and the first dude she seems to get with is a guy who's fresh out of prison on gun charges and violent crimes. And she's bringing this dude around her kids.
Crazy.
And I guarantee he's probably living there rent-free. But yet here's the first guy, the guy she married. She's now seeking half of all of his assets. And people wonder why guys like this allegedly hide assets. I mean, come on. Do you really think he would want to give her the house where you got some dude fresh out of pen living there for free? Are you mad? Like, obviously not. And I'm not saying he did hide assets. I'm just saying that's what she's alleging. But anyway, let's keep going.
So, Labor Day, your son never texted you and said, Dad, are you getting us this weekend for the holiday since Mom had us the last one?
I don't recall that.
You did not text your son back I will get you every other weekend like usual.
No.
No, I don't recall that.
And he did not text you back. Is
Objection,
it
Your
safe
Honor.
to say
Asked and
it's
answered.
Okay, sustained. You can't just keep asking the question. He's answered the question. Please move on.
You got to have some proof. She should have got some screenshots and some text messages if that actually happened.
when you were saying you bought everything for the kids, for the wrestling, for the school stuff, the school clothes and everything? Who's done that since 2010?
Well, it would be hard for it to not be him if she doesn't have a job and she hasn't had a job. That's literally her whole point, is that she wasn't able to work. So he has to be the one that had to pay for everything.
Who has purchased the kids' things?
Yes.
It'd be me because you're unemployed.
Right.
How often did you let me work?
I don't know how I would stop you from working. You're a grown adult.
Fatality.
Equality.
You know about my health issues?
I've never seen any health diagnosis pertaining to you.
But you were my husband since 2014.
This dude's going in.
Exactly.
You had to take care of me.
No.
I was not prescribed medication.
Not that I'm aware of.
I did not go see doctors.
You may have went to the doctors. Lots of people go to the doctors.
I don't have a little disorder called POTS.
Not that I'm aware of. I've never seen a medical diagnosis stating it.
It would have been so easy for her to just prove that. She could have got that proved and brought some documents. That might have helped her a lot.
You would like me and my kids, which were named on the eviction notice, all other occupants, to leave the home that we've been living in since 2010, and I've been their primary caregiver since you left this home, so you can move in here, and you are solely one person?
I'm not the owner of the home. I had nothing to do with the eviction. But since you are being evicted, yes, I may move down to that home, which my parents own.
Who's paid the bills here for since 2010?
Who's paid the bills there?
Yes.
I've paid bills.
Yes, you have. Who paid for the remodels that have happened to this house? Probably over $60,000. Who paid for those?
I have no knowledge of $60,000 worth of remodels, but what's the relevance?
Did you get new windows in the house?
Objection, Your Honor. I don't see how this is relevant.
I think that this is the weirdest angle ever, and it proves how weird divorce court can be. She's trying to prove that he contributed everything to the property so that she can prove that it's his so that she can then take it from him. She's like, oh, dude, who put in $60,000 to the property and did all these renovations? Oh, you did? Who bought new windows for the house? Oh, you did? Who's been paying the bills for the past 15 years? Oh, you have? That proves that I deserve the house. Ain't that just an interesting angle?
Okay. Ma'am, how's it relevant? Any improvements or repairs to the house?
Because this was our home. This was Michael's home until he decided he wanted to divorce me. Now it's all of a sudden their home.
Okay. Well, ma'am.
How many assets of ours have your parents had in their name?
None.
The Buick you drove since 2011 when you got it until you changed it into your name was not driven by you and
That
you
was-
only?
It wasn't my asset until I bought it off of them. And then, yes, the title was transferred into my name.
I don't understand why she's asking these questions. Even if they did spend $60,000 renovating the house, or even if she did, that money would have come from him because
Exactly.
she's unemployed. Her whole lifestyle is funded by this guy right here, assuming he probably funds the guy who's just got out of prison as well. Now, her next line of questioning, she's going to try and compare the guy who's just got out of prison for violent crimes and gun charges to his mum, who apparently had a car crash when she was 19 years old. So bearing in mind, this dude here is about 40. His mum's probably about 60. So we're talking 40 years ago, all right?
I said, so Mr. Taylor, you have an issue with his legal history, yes or no?
I'd prefer for him not to be around my children.
Yeah.
Does your mother not have a negligent high charge?
I'm sorry, what? No,
Does your mother not have a negligent charge?
no, I don't believe so. Negligent homicide, I guess I'm not even really sure what that is, to be honest with you.
Your mother wasn't in a car accident when she was 19 years old and somebody that
Yeah, she's the red flag. She's the problem. And let's just be honest. You can tell she's a red flag because you just got out of a marriage with a guy who's an honest guy, and the first person you date is a person that just got out of prison. Who are you surrounding yourself? Who's in your social circle to the point where the first person you date after you get a divorce is a man that just got out of prison? I would assume you're surrounding yourself by the wrong people, and you probably just like the people you surrounding yourself around.
I'll sustain the objection. I don't know how her having a.
he has an issue with.
Ma'am, stop. When I'm making a ruling, you stop talking. I don't see how
Stop.
relevant it is if his mother having something when she was 19 years old.
Yeah,
is
40 years
relevant
ago.
To these proceedings.
He said that
I'm
he had an
sustaining the
issue.
objection. Move on.
Okay. The IRA that you have, whose name is that in?
That's an inherited IRA, and it's not in your name.
It was inherited. Was that in the will?
That's kind of how inheritances usually work. Wills, trust. I don't understand the relevance to the question.
You didn't tell me that it wasn't in the will. It was given to you almost 2 years after he passed away, wasn't it?
Oh my God.
I don't know if you understand how things happen when there's a trust and a will, but you don't always get the money. Like, you don't get it like the next day after someone passes away. But once again, it's inherited IRA, and you're not on it.
That's crazy. She's like, oh, remember when your dad died in a tragic accident 5 years ago? Didn't you get some money from that? Well, you should give that money to me now. Like, this is demonic, bro. Like, this is crazy. The lengths that people are willing to go. There's just some things that you don't do out of principle. It's like when actors get divorces and their wives just take their Oscar awards. It's just like, damn, you ain't even want that. You just doing that to hurt me at this point.
It's inherited. It's not your property.
Who inherited it?
Me.
You inherited $400,000?
No, I didn't.
Who inherited the rest of that then?
I don't know what you're referring to. The rest of what?
When you received that IRA, you did not tell me that it was $400,000 to be split amongst you, your brother, your parents, and your mom's brother.
Smart
I
man.
did not tell you that.
Smart man.
And I also can't speak to what other people have inherited. I can only speak to what
I'm asking you if that is what you said to me.
I already just answered it. No, I didn't tell you that.
Ma'am, yeah, you haven't produced any documents to show that anything has been hidden. And I've given you some leeway to get into that. And you simply come back to the same thing, that he's hiding stuff, but you don't have any documentation that he's hiding anything.
Yeah.
So unless you can produce anything, you need to go into a different line of questioning.
I have asked for alimony, so I don't know why that's not being discussed. He kept me home since 2010. So I do not understand why I would not be getting it. He has paid for everything up until, he hasn't even stopped.
And that's more reason for you to get his money? I mean, just think about this. This is the type of woman that's okay with her current boyfriend sitting at the house and not having a job and not contributing to anything, and she's still asking her ex-husband for money. Just think about that. Just from that lens alone. You're asking your ex-husband for money. You got a new boyfriend. Why don't you go get your new boyfriend to do something for you and contribute to the family and contribute to the house that your ex-husband pays for that he's now living in? This is just insane to me. Proof that you deserve more money is proving that the man already gave you all of the money he could possibly give. He already paid for everything. That's how you prove that you deserve more money as a woman in court.
Right now, So, I mean, you've taken care of it for that long.
You see what I'm saying? Because he's been taking care of it that long, she just expects him to continue taking care of it in
Crazy.
the form of alimony and child support. Oh, and a free house. Oh, and all the inheritance that he may or may not have got off his parents. She wants that, but he was obviously smart enough to either hide it or it never existed in the first place. I'll let you guys decide which one is true. But anyway, let's get on to the final bit. This is when the judge basically tells her what she's getting, and
Oh, the
yeah,
best
she's
part.
not exactly too happy.
Oh, the best
I
part.
come up and calculate all of the amounts owed back and forth to the parties in this matter. It looks like that there is quite frankly, the court looks at its minimal amount, means that the plaintiff would be entitled to receive the sum of $1,304.45 to equalize all of the personal property
That's
and the
it?
401k.
Oh,
So the
man.
court would order that she would in fact receive that money, the $1,304.45, either through a payment by the plaintiff to her, which shall occur within 90 days of today's date.
I know I'm brutal because I don't even understand how he owes her anything. I must be the bad guy. I'm probably the problem because I'm like, how does he owe her anything if he's been paying everything for the past 10 years?
Or through a quadro for that particular amount. I'll leave it up to your client as to what he wants to do, being that it's a minimum amount. He may he may want to simply pay that in cash.
Yeah.
If he does,
Pay that.
then the amount under the 401k is awarded solely to him, free and clear of any claim on the part of the defendant.
So there you go. She did not get what she wanted because, well, it wasn't in his name. So there you go. Now, it's also worth noting that the kids, I think, were 10 and 13. So it's not like the kids were young. It's not like they were newborns where
Right.
she would have ideally liked to have been home looking after them. No, they're 10 and 13. They go
Right.
to school. So she has no excuse to not get a job and provide for herself. Obviously, he's going to pay child support, which is fair enough, but none of the other stuff she wanted.
Now I think his next step is to get his kids or his kid far away from that guy. His next step is to prove that she can't contribute to the kids financially and to get custody of the kids because she's living with a guy who might be a violent ex-criminal. Man outsmarts his ex-wife who wanted his inheritance. I'll leave a link in the pinned comments and in the description below. Let me know in the comments below if this video was a W or L and give me the HBO special. That's a help brother out special. Hit the like and the subscribe button for more content. Till next time.